So Tennessee. So Tennessee. So Tennessee just passed a bill that teachers can carry concealed firearms to school. Uh, I'm an advocate for guns. I'm a gun advocate, to say the least. But I do believe that you should have some type of gun control, smart gun control, because a lot of stuff that's happening that we see happen in America is because we have dumb gun control, as we could say. Now, one of the reasons why I'm against this bill, why I'm against this whole thing, is because teachers having guns at school is a big problem for a certain demographic of people, because we're already looked at as animals, some of us, and now we have a teacher that may can't control the response that they have for a certain student. This student might get out of hand, and this teacher might will find another way of dealing with the problem. If they didn't have a weapon, or now they have a weapon, that child ends up dead. uh, I feel like there's going to be too much problem with this whole thing. And we do know once they tested in one state, it usually traveled out of the state to different states and different states and different states until it becomes very popular in the area, and then it becomes the norm that teachers have guns in school. I don't want my child to go to a school where teachers have guns. We have officers. I know people are saying that they don't want a lot of officers in school because they don't want the kids to feel like they're in jail. Well, they could write common sense laws and have common sense bills for those type of officers, have specific officers that can go to schools, specific officers that don't intertwine with kids unless need be. They have security at school. They have the principals. They have people, disciplinary people that at these schools that can handle certain situations. So they should leave that to them. The officers who are at the school are only there to make sure that everyone gets to go home safe and alive. Those officers should be able to step in as needed, if needed, but only when that happens. Now, there's a lot of things that can happen. This is one of the most nonsensical bill I've ever seen. And I feel like this affects the black community the most. I feel like it affects everyone. I feel like there's ignorant teachers, ignorant people everywhere. I feel like a teacher might get upset with a white kid and do something to him, just like I feel like they might get upset with a black kid and do something to him. But what we have seen over the years is that we're not treated the same as everyone else. We're not treated as humans. We're not treated as people that those people like. So my son may have a bad day today at school, may get an attitude, may start talking crazy. And now all of a sudden, this teacher feel like his or her life is in danger. And now she have to take my son's life. When if she didn't have a gun or he didn't have a gun, she would find a different way to neutralize this problem by going to get a principal or going to get security or going to get the officer at school. So I don't agree with this at all. Another thing that bothers me about this is how much people that I see agree with it. How much people that I see think that this is a wise decision, that teachers should have guns, other than having some type of gun reform, having common sense gun bills passed, or having the proper security measures at school. You mean to tell me that we can secure an airport, we can secure quote unquote the White House, but there's no way that we can secure the future of the nation, which is the kids in school. We can't secure them. There's no way that we can make sure that mass shootings don't happen at school without letting teachers bring guns to school. How are these teachers going to be trained? That because you get training one time to shoot a gun don't mean that you'll be able to shoot all the time. And you being able to carry a concealed weapon with usually a small arms, when these shooters are coming with AR-15s and guns like that, your small arms is, just like I said, a small arms compared to that. So a teacher shouldn't be responsible to take on a shooter in school. That's why we should have the right people in school. We should have the right people there to be able to maneuver and to handle these situations. I don't like this idea at all. And I'm against this idea fully and firm. Tennessee made a big mistake, and we're going to see a lot of people get hurt behind this situation if they don't correct this. We're going to see a lot of black and brown kids get damaged at school because census is other people cannot control how they look at us. Other people look at us with fear whenever they have to do anything with us. So it's going to be a point where your young daughter or your young son is going to have an attitude. It's going to get um, out of hand, which we have all done that before. We have all get out of hand, but fortunately for us, no one at school had a gun that they could shoot us with. And some people say, oh, it's not, it won't happen that much. If it happens one time, that's one time enough. And any common sense person know that this is not a good idea. And it's going to happen more than one time because these teachers are going to feel the need to defend themselves. Now that this big, you know how they always describe us. We look like a big Hulk. We look like we're the threat. We're always big. We look like the devil. It's always something that triggers somebody to do something to us because we look like we're aggressive. We look like we're going to do something to them when at the time you're not thinking about doing anything to them. And I don't like this idea at all. You know, I've sat down and I think about this. There's so much things that they can do other than put our kids' safety in the teacher's hands when it comes to stuff like this. The teachers have enough on their plate already to bring guns to school. Teachers have enough on their plate already. If they were saying that they'll have a group of people that went out and this is their job, I would feel better. That their job is just to be there. Their job is to be trained. They're always training like officers. They're getting their qualifications in shooting. They're always there keeping up on this stuff. And that's their job. Their job is to just make sure that if a shooter comes into school, they're there to take the shooter on. Then that's understandable. But to tell my math teacher to carry a gun to school and to protect me, I don't feel comfortable with my kids being in school like that, especially having a black and brown kid. I know people like us do not think this is a good idea. People are going to say, oh, you're going to make this a race thing. I'm definitely going to make this a race thing because we know what happened to our kids. We know how our kids get treated. We know how we get treated. I know as a black man that follows the law, that as my license, registration, everything sorted out, every time a cop gets behind me, I get nervous. I have a concealed weapon permit. I have everything, but every time I'm driving and a cop gets behind me, I'm nervous. Is that my fault? No. It's how society has treated us over the years. So to see this happen now, I'm scared. And I'm scared for our kids. I'm scared for my kids. I'm scared for the kids in my community because I see this going bad for us. I see this going in a way that our kids are going to get hurt. And we must rally and do something about this. We must make sure that this is stopped in its tracks. Teachers do not need to have guns in school. Put people in the school that can protect our kids from shooters. Pass common sense bills that can stop some of these things from happening. We know a bill won't stop everything from happening, but it's a good start. It can help. And then we can put in other measures to make sure these things don't happen. You know, we don't see these things happening as often in other countries as we see it happening in America. You know, mass shooting in America is almost like an everyday thing. Even if you don't see it on the news, if you Google it, you'll see that something happened here, something happened there. The news just haven't been covering it because there's more stuff that the news would like to cover that's more exciting to them to make money. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section, man. I'm against this. I'm against this cold-heartedly. Let me know what you think in the comment section. I'm out.